Okay, so this is about 5:05. This is the annual meeting of the Ethics Commission of the Town of Fairfield. It is December 7th, 2021, 5:05 p.m. My name is Alex Trembecki. I'm the chairman of the commission. If everyone else would please identify themselves for the record.
I am Nancy Billington, and I believe the vice chair.
That's correct.
Craig Van Steenbergen, secretary.
Brian Cantor, member.
Okay, so the first item on our agenda is to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of December, it says December, I'm looking at last year's, December 7th, was it, of 2020?
Yes.
So, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so that motion carries. Are there any items of old business? Don't appear to be. The next item is new business to hear and consider and approve 2022 officers. I'd entertain any nominations. I'm happy to volunteer to be chairman for 2022 if anyone wants to nominate me.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
Okay, nominated.
Okay.
I will nominate Alex to be our chairman in 2022.
Okay, so we need a second. Okay, any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, that's unanimous. That's approved. I'd like to nominate Nancy Billington as vice chair for the 2022 term. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Okay, that motion carries. And then I'd nominate Craig Van Steenbergen to be secretary for the 2022 term. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Any discussion? Craig, I assume you want to do it?
Yes.
Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that motion carries unanimously. The next item is to hear and consider and approve the 2022 meeting date. I would propose that we use December 7th of 2022 as our next annual meeting. Any discussion?
That would be a Wednesday. That'd be fine.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Now the next item is, there is another item of new business which I've passed along to you today, a request for an advisory opinion, which we will separately notice and schedule a meeting for. Maybe the best thing would be to do is circulate dates with Craig over the next couple of weeks that are absolutely no good, and then we'll try to work around that and schedule a meeting. Sounds like a plan?
Wednesday evening's good for people, or Tuesday or Wednesdays, or?
Yeah, I think so, right? Around this time, does that work?
Yeah, that's so this will be a telephone meeting also, right?
It will be, yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so why don't everyone just circulate dates that are no good, and then we'll work from there and come up with a date for a meeting. And it'd be helpful, I think, if we got everyone's cell phones too, because we don't have all those. So in the course of sending your dates, if you could do that, I think that would be a big help.
And then I'll put together a list.
Yeah,
right.
I had a question. Do we have a deadline of 45 days from the date it was submitted to respond, or?
No, I don't know that, Brian, but we're going to move quicker than that.
Okay.
My expectation would be we'd have a meeting sometime within the next couple of weeks to consider it, and then figure out what the best course of action would be from there.
Okay.
All right.
Because I took a look, and I think it said 45 days from submission. And then the other question I have, is being new to the commission, is that we look to the town charter, and then also any other, I guess, previous opinion letters that there might be, and then we can also look at the state ethics statutes also. Is that correct?
Well, I think probably, Brian, we should probably reserve that discussion for when we actually consider the request so that we have a complete record. And we can then figure it doesn't mean we're going to decide it in the first meeting. I would think that we may have one meeting and then perhaps another to figure out what we do with it.
Sure. I was just asking general questions as far as what we can, when we're making a decision, what sources we're able to look at.
Yeah, and I will reach out to find out if there is any history from town attorney opinions or anything like that we can look at.
Okay, great. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for answering those questions.
Yep.
Alex, I was just going to suggest that if it's possible, I'm looking at the calendar, you want to do it in the next 2 weeks. Next week would be a lot more, a little easier for me than the following week. Okay.
All right. Well, I just want to make sure that when we get dates from people, we try to do it sooner rather than later, because I realize that once, we get closer to Christmas and New Year's, we're going to be in sort of a dead zone. And I want to try to at least get it started before we hit that period.
I agree.
Right.
That would be a good thought.
Okay.
All right. So I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Okay. Thank you all very much. I'll be in touch.
Okay. Thanks, Alex.
Take care. Everybody have a good night. Thank you, Alex. Bye, Brian. Bye, Nancy. Thank you.